Zion slander. There have been some surprising teams this year, no doubt, as any year. Not like anything special. So I have 4 teams that have really surprised me this year. I don't know how many of you guys made.
I want to say something. I think we're probably gonna have the same amount of teams. So let's do one and then I'll go around.
Okay, so
Yeah, you start.
I'll give my most surprising team. Is that what you want?
Yeah, you go ahead.
The Cavs. I don't know. Cavs definitely most surprising team. 22-50 last year. Does that add up? That doesn't even add up.
No, they had a shortened season last year.
No, they had a shortened season because of COVID.
That's what I thought. Anyway, 22-50 last year. Man, Evan Mobley looks like a beast.
Coach of the
He's
year.
the real deal.
Jarrett Allen also looks super good. Jarrett Allen was really good on the Nets. So, I mean, nothing super crazy. And then that Sexland backcourt, what can't they do? D up.
Sexton.
A great trade they made was for Karis LeVert.
Karis LeVert. Yes, that'll make him so much better
Great
too.
piece off the bench. That's a win now move too.
Yeah, hopefully he can breathe. Besides that, I mean, that Sexland backcourt. You have D, you have shots. Now, granted, is Colin Sexton on the last of his deal this year?
Yes.
Yeah,
he's a free agent.
I have a feeling they might not have enough money for him.
I think Colin Sexton wants a big deal. And if they don't resign him, I think that that trade for Karis LeVert was his replacement.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Karis LeVert isn't exactly a bad replacement either, but I mean, Colin Sexton, that team is, if they can keep that team together, that team is so young.
Yeah.
They could make a run for sure, especially top 3 in the East.
One thing I wrote for the Cavs is their over-under for wins this season were 26.5, and they already have 35. So
Not even a solid bet.
They're definitely the surprise team of the year.
Should have hammered that down.
All
right, Jerry. I imagine the Cavs were your first anyway, so
yeah.
Do your second.
Well, I'm gonna go with one maybe you guys don't think are as big a surprise, but mine were the Bulls. I think the Bulls, no one really saw coming. I mean, they're tied for the number 1 seed right now. Nobody really saw that in year 1, at least. I thought they were going to be 4 or 5, but being tied for the number 1 seed is crazy. And they're doing this without Zach LaVine right now. We talked about DeMar DeRozan earlier. I mean, he's putting up 28, 5, and 5. That's MVP numbers. Derrick Rose won an MVP award in Chicago, and he had worse stats than that. So never count DeMar out.
Derrick Rose averaged 22 and 1 MVP.
I mean, they got some of the best depth when healthy. That's the only thing that scares me about this team when it comes to playoffs. I don't know if they can stay healthy. But I mean, they're my second surprise team of the year.
Yeah, I think ESPN had them like their off season. They graded like their off season, and they got like a D in their off season.
Yeah, the Bleacher Report rated DeMar DeRozan the worst off season move.
That's crazy.
This is his best year since 2016. It just like woken something new in him, and it's awesome to see in him. Yeah, it's also good to see Chicago back in basketball.
I'll say the NBA is better when the Bulls are good.
Same with the Cavs. I see the Cavs doing something about LeBron.
Yeah.
Now LeBron wants to act like he's back for the Cavs. Anyways,
the one thing about the Bulls is DeMar loves to disappear in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's what I wrote on my notes. Is do they have anybody that can step up if DeMar is missing?
Yeah, and they added like Zach, who's never been.
Vucevic never been. Lonzo never been. They don't have any experience. I think they're second round exit, maybe a first.
Yeah, they could get upset honestly if they play East. I mean, the Nets are the 8th seed right now.
The hottest team in the East right now is the Celtics, undeniably.
Yeah. The Celtics, if they get paired, like the Celtics are what, 7, 6?
7. I think they'll end up as a 6. So whoever gets that 3 seed is going to be a nightmare game.
The Nets are 8 right now. Imagine Kevin Durant, Kyrie.
East is so deep. But Drew, you want to give us yours?
I had the Cavs. I think that's the obvious choice.
Do you have other ones?
Just because what I have one that you all did not say, and that's the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah, that was my second.
Yep.
No, third.
I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Where are they? Top 4 in the West? Top 3?
Top 3. And they were
top 3 in the West. I mean, that's pretty hard to do compared to what they have been done. Especially, I mean, Valanciunas in the made a trade, basically forced Steven Adams straight up, and it sounded like everybody Like Valanciunas is pretty much. I mean, he's better than Steven Adams just because he's a big body that can also shoot from the outside, and that's what you need in today's modern day NBA. Is you need shooters, and they took the worst player in the deal, and they're still playing how they're playing with like Desmond Bane has stepped up, Jaren Jackson, Steven Adams has been really good for them, and of course the star of the team, John Morant. So I mean that's mine. The Cavs and the Grizzlies are two probably my most surprising.
Yep.
Crazy thing about Steven Adams hasn't been the same since left OKC.
Yeah, but Steven
I think
Adams is
that-
underrated. He is a glue guy. He'll get you 2 points and 7 rebounds, but he will fight and get he'll get those tip outs that go out to, and they'll get like a John Morant offensive rebound just because he tipped it out to. Like he doesn't get the love he deserves. Steven Adams is a beast.
Yeah, that was a win-win trade for both teams. I think that the Grizz needed a guy like Steven Adams, a guy that will be vocal in the locker room, and the Pels needed a guy like Jonas Valanciunas where he can go get you buckets and rebounds.
Yeah.
So that was a win-win trade.
Yep. I had 4 teams. My 4 was just the Heat.
I'd agree with that.
I mean, the Heat just have a solid roster. Kyle Lowry's
adding Kyle Lowry and
Jimmy Butler is.
Victor's going to be back soon. People forget what Victor Oladipo is doing.
Yep. The reason why the Heat will always be good is because the management, Pat Riley. I mean, he's
and the coach.
best GM in the country in the NBA, and Eric Spoelstra. Yeah, I mean he's the best head coach. He's top 5 head coaches of all time, in my opinion.
Top already?
Already. I mean he has almost 3 chips. He'll get one this year.
Do we want to go? Do you guys have any other